Welcome back to the draft episode and 1914. So excited to get on with this series and find out which player we are going to get in this draft. Before we do that, I made a draw on my Twitch stream because I do stream OOTP live every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday on Twitch. If you haven't checked it out, check out Laptop Hound on Twitch and you can win some prizes and packs over there. But I made the draw for the last video on my stream and this is how it turned out. In fact, I got to do one of my YouTube giveaways now, so I have it recorded. That saves me some time later. On the last video, there were, I think, four people that left their name. So to make it look bigger, like they do in advertising, to make it look more impressive, I took those 4 names and I put them on 4 times. Yeah, that's 6-digit advertising executive. That's what I should be. So Barbet, Ishvix, Fussmucker, actually just 3 names. So it's even more impressive. I put them on 4 times. So one of these 3 is going to win 5 standard packs because they left a comment on the last YouTube video answering a skill testing question, 43 minus 7 divided by 8 times 9 to the square root of 2. And 3 people got it right. So let me just spin here. Congratulations to the YouTube viewer that will win 5 packs. And that is, yes, Rick. Congratulations, Rick. And I will send those packs off today with my Twitch winners with that. So yes, go check out those videos. There'll be a new video up a little bit later today. Every YouTube video, they allow me to give away 5 standard packs. So again, thank you, OOTP, for not only engaging a Twitch community, but a YouTube community. Congratulations to the winner. The name has already been submitted and you should already have the packs in your account. Remember, there is no transactions on right now. They're not working, so you can't go check if the packs were deposited, but you should have seen your pack count gone up by 5. So again, congratulations. Today's video question will come a little bit later. Okay, we are picking number 2. We moved up in the draft lottery from number 4 to number 2. And if you missed the last episode, this is the new talent coming into the league. Again, this is Draft to Glory. We can only add players through the draft. No trading, no free agents, only by drafting. Coming into the draft, we have Ken Griffey Jr. as an 18-year-old. We have Jim Devlin, who looks to be an ace. And we have Frank Schulte, who looks pretty good. And finally, Willie Mays. Regardless of the pick we would have had a pretty good player at number 1. There are 5 5-star potential players. Jim Nash, again, starting pitcher, not as good as Devlin. And we've got Charlie. Charlie looks pretty good too as a hitter, especially for dead ball where home runs are not as important. So again, it was a no-miss situation. We had a bad season, not intentionally, and we were able to move up in the draft lottery. All right, I teased you last episode. We didn't get into the draft. Let's do that now and find out if we're going to get Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr., or that elite pitcher. With the first overall pick, the New York Giants will add to their collection of players Willie Mays. Really hoped he would have fell. The good news is his avoid K is pretty low, which again isn't as important in dead ball because people didn't strike out as much anyway. I would have loved that arm in center field. It would have been a nice story to have him up in Montreal. But not to be. He will be a member of the New York Giants. So that leaves us with one of 2 players. Do we go the outfielder who's not as strong in the outfield, but namesake, just an all-star? Or do we take a chance on the random generation of this player here? He's 22 years old. If he was 18, I'd probably be all over him, because I know he could progress in the minors and work his way up. But as a 22-year-old with only 30 out of 80 stuff, 30 out of 60 control, and one pitch developed, I think it's too risky. I think with the second overall pick, we can't gamble on him. So I am going to go with Ken Griffey Jr. Fun player. You look at his potential batting up here, all in the green, one in the blue, couple in the yellow. The defense does worry me a little bit, but we can't pass up on him. So Ken Griffey Jr., welcome to the Montreal Expos. I am pumped. I am excited to have him on the team. And again, we're gonna take it slow with him because he is an 18-year-old. We want him to develop and maybe even overdevelop. Maybe we'll get lucky with him. All right, let's go on to our next pick. Let's take a look at the other first-round picks. Jim Nash went number 3, Schulte 4, AJ Burnett went 5, Vasquez, the pitcher we were considering, went number 14. So a lot of teams didn't want to gamble on him. If we had a low first-round pick like number 13, 14, 15, I absolutely would have gambled. But you can't pass up on Ken Griffey Jr. All right, second round. Oh, I was really hoping that Dad would make it to us. If we would have had second pick in the second round, we would have got him. Father-son team. That would have made a wonderful story. Unfortunately, he went to the Giants, so the Giants get Willie Mays and Ken Griffey Sr. on their team. Unfortunate. So let's take a look at the draft pool. Who do we have available? Let's start with pitchers because they're a little tougher to find the good pitchers. Once the first couple rounds go, it's very difficult to get a good pitcher. Tom Gorman, Jim, 17-year-old, not a lot of control, but I don't mind him. The problem is, though, we've got some good pitchers in the system already. We've got Halladay, Atkinson, Scott Stratton, who's still there. Hitter-wise, again, we're looking for maybe a first base, third base, another outfielder. So really, it's kind of the best player available that we want. I'm not really seeing anyone else pitching-wise that impresses me. We want high movement, high control. So Tom Gorman as a reliever, but relievers don't get a lot of play. Minnie Rojas, there's a name from the past. 31-year-old coming into the league. Played in the 60s. Okay, let's take a look at the batters. And in our batting class, what do we have available to us? Nick Markakis. Potential. Keith Moreland as a catcher. Not a very good defensive catcher. Johnny Ray. I like that profile. Switch I with Avoid K, and he'd be a darn good dead ball player. We've got Phil Tomney. A lot of speed. But again, we've got Joe Sewell right now. So I want someone young, because I don't know if anyone older will be able to step into the lineup right away. So someone that's, 17, 18, 19 years old. Dean Palmer. A lot of home run power. And that's it. Jeffrey Hammonds we could go with. Corner fielder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who we should go with. Maury Rath. Guess if we sort by contact for this era and we don't worry about power, Johnny Ray, Spuds Johnson. We got Skip Shoemaker. Pretty balanced. Kind of like that. But if we're going defense, we want this defense potential to be fairly high. And really, there's a couple. There's Herrera in center field, but we got Ken Griffey Jr. there. We could train him somewhere else. And the other one with a pretty good defense was Nick Markakis. Plays left or right. The problem is, right now, we've got Bo Jackson, 33 years old, so he's got a couple more years in the league. Juan Pierre, who Ken Griffey Jr. is going to take his place eventually. And we've got Marquise Grissom, who's not that great, but a good backup because he plays all three outfield positions. And of course, where is Cal Daniels? Better suited as a DH, but we don't have DH in our league, so I gotta play him in left field. Let's make that position change now. So when you got Bo Jackson and Cal Daniels and Ken Griffey Jr. coming up, I don't know if there's a lot of room for another outfielder when there's no DH. So this is tough. This is tough. Scouts recommend Nick Markakis. And I get it. I understand it. But who does he go in for? If he was center field, I would replace him with Juan Pierre, like right now. Boy, oh boy. Maybe we go with 21-year-old Herrera and stick him in center field right away. Is he much different than Juan Pierre? Compare player. I mean, not really. You're not really getting an improvement over Juan Pierre. Maybe you're getting some defensive help. But is it worth spending a pick on him for a slight upgrade at defense? Sometimes you just want the obvious player to stand out, but it doesn't seem to be there. So again, we're kind of set everywhere. Maybe a third base shortstop kind of player. Catcher we're okay on. Let's go back up to batting ratings. I mean, yeah, Akil, we're going to replace him. Probably going to replace Dom D'Alessandro. Patsy Donovan. So it's not the worst case scenario if we take an outfielder. Or Johnny Ray. Which means Paul Molitor has competition. But Johnny Ray can only play second. So that's kind of a waste of a pick too. All right, it is decision time. We are on the clock. And I think we are going to go with... we're going to go with Nick Markakis. That will be the pick number 99. Not really overly excited to get him. Maybe could have win a pitcher. Let's go to the next round. Round number 3. Okay, so this first baseman intrigued me. Don't mind his profile. Patsy Doherty, no. Got to avoid outfielders now. Look at all these outfielders. Let's just look at the infield. Don't want a catcher, don't want an outfielder. So we're only going to sort by infield. Bobby Adams. Only second base. Chuck Dresden, only third base. Dean Palmer. Wow. Good DH potential if we had DH. Ken Phelps. Oh boy, that is ugly. That is ugly for Deadball. It's going to be a home run or a walk pretty much. Maury Rath. Yeah. I think we're going to go with Maury. 20 years old, young guy. Let him develop a couple years, and by then Joe Sewell and Paul Molitor will be getting older. All right, the talent level has really dropped here. Let's go and take a look at our pitchers and look at movement and control. Like this guy. Like that construction, and I don't mind this one. 23. We're going to go with 23, Burke or Dave. Let's go with Dave. Almost developed. Okay, on to round 4. Let's go one more pitcher before they run out. Lou is pretty good. Think I might like this guy a little better. Extreme ground ball, age 21. Jim Bailey, no. Let's go with control. Worries me a little bit. A lot of developing to do there. Lots. Which might not happen. So I think we're going to go with the safe pick. I think we're going to go with John Verhoeven. Draft. All right, on to round number 6. Batters. Charles Johnson, who I use in Perfect Team. He's a really good gold catcher in Perfect Team. So I could go with him, although it's more of a DH build. Current day player, Brett Batty. Yeah, now we're getting into the real bottom level players here. I think we have, I think Charles Johnson is the best player. Left. All right, lucky round number 7. Let's go to the draft pool. All right, here is your question for the video. If you want to try and win 5 standard packs, here's what I want you to do. In the comment section, I want you to put down one of these players on the screen, still eligible for the draft, plus your Perfect Team username. However, again, you can't repeat a player that someone else used. I don't want someone just looking at all the comments and copying and pasting. I want them to do a little bit of a research. So take a look at the screen here. Put one of these players' names plus your perfect name in the comment section below. I will give you until Wednesday at, what day is today? Monday. Let's give you till Thursday, noon Eastern Standard Time to enter the contest. After that, contest will be closed and I can do the draw. So good luck. Enter one of these players plus your Perfect Team username. Okay, now we got to take a look at the players. Let's go sort by contact. And I'm going to go with this. Pat Collins looks interesting, but not for Deadball. George, at the very least, you could be a pinch runner if you ever make it to the big leagues. So George Jackson is joining the Expos. They call him Hickory Jackson. Round number 8. Oh boy, oh boy. Sure. Sill. 2 more picks. How about someone with the best defense? There's not really anyone. One little blue number calling out saying, draft me, Lap. Look at my avoid K. Not good enough. Not good enough profile. Sherman? You know what? Let's go with a current player. Brett is currently in the league, in the real Major League Baseball. Young guy. 21 years old, 22 years old now, 21 in this draft. So let's take him. Let's see if the game engine does something magical. Let's see if they pull a senator on us, a Ted Kennedy, and make him really, really good. And the last player, round number 10, we're just going based on names. Bud, Red Fisher, Ray Cash. None of these guys are very good. Maybe we get lucky and we get a half decent pitcher. None. No pitchers left in the draft. Oh, geez. Okay, who's got the highest contact? All right, I see a couple green here. Red Fisher. Do I want a red or do I want a Bud? I know what you guys are thinking. Red, Bud. Why not both? Well, because it's the last round. So I think I'm going to go with Bud. Bud Zipfel. You are the last player picked in the draft. The draft is complete. Willie Mays, missed out on him, but we did get Ken Griffey Jr., 18 years old. So excited to have him on the team. All right, let's go and check out the Hall of Fame results. Last episode, we selected, I think, one player. I think we only selected Lenny Dykstra as potentially going into the Hall. Let's find out if the game engine agreed. There we have it. Lenny Dykstra with 13.7% is saved, because to go on next year's ballots, you need at least 5%. Carlos Guillen was very close, but the AI figured that, you know what, none of these guys really deserve it. We voted for Dykstra, and I think that might have been it. Or did we vote for a pitcher? Regardless, no one makes it into the Hall of Fame this year. All right, let's go to opening day. Okay, here we are, opening day. Let me show you some of the lineup adjustments before we get to our first game. Dan Collins was this close to making it. Look at him. He looks really good. I want that one more pitch to develop. I don't want to rush him. No need to rush him. He's 20 years old. I think one more year in the minors, and then I think we can bring him up next year. Ken Griffey Jr. wants to come to AAA. He's too young to go to AAA, in my opinion. I'm going to keep him in AA. Same with Nick Markakis. Let's let them have lots of at-bats in AA. And then the other players that I moved up, I brought back outfielder. Where is he here? Dwight Smith. I moved Akil down to AAA, brought Dwight Smith up. I like his versatility a little bit more. Plus, again, he's had a pretty good average in AAA, so I think he deserves another shot. The other player I brought in was, who was that? I brought one more player in. Maybe that was it. Yeah, maybe it was two. Oh, yeah, the other thing I did was a couple suggestions from the comments from the last video. One viewer said, you know what, Scott Stratton's struggling as a pitcher. Maybe take off his two-way ability. So I said, yeah, might as well try that. So he is not a two-way player right now. He's only going to focus on pitching, and we'll see how that does. In fact, I'm going to move him back into the rotation as the number 3 guy to see if that helps, because you never know. Maybe he was, wearing himself out in this virtual game, even though hitting stats were pretty good. He hit 276, 289, so I am going to lose a little bit of the bat, but we're going to try that out. Another suggestion was to give Marquise Grissom a little bit more time. Again, he's got pretty good defense. He hit 300 in very limited play last year. He's hit very well in the minor league, so he's not going to start for us, but I am going to give him a little bit more insertion into the lineup, especially against the lefties that he does a little bit better. Otherwise, we see, again, some of the substitutions coming in every third game, every fifth game, just to get, give them a little bit more opportunity, because in dead ball, players don't need a lot of rest. Plus, they have some off days. Okay, let's play this game against Cincinnati. And what I want to do is I want to give you the starting lineup. Here is your game one lineup for the Montreal Expos as they face Matt Cain. Leading off, second baseman Paul Molitor. Playing first base, Bob Chance. Out in left field, Cal Daniels. In the cleanup role, big home run hitter, Bo Jackson. In the shortstop position, we have our first draft pick of this series, Joe Sewell. Catching today will be Manny Seguin. In center field, the speedy Juan Pierre. In the 8th slot, our starting pitcher for today, Roy Halladay. And hitting 9th at third base, Hank Majeski. So there you have it. That is the starting lineup against the Cincinnati Reds. Let's go through and play the game out inning by inning. We will jump in if it is a close game in the later innings. After the first inning, it is 3-0. Montreal, what are you doing? That's not like you to get an early lead. Single by Molitor, 2-run home run by Bob Chance. Cal Daniels will single, Bo Jackson singles, Manny Seguin, everyone gets a single. That will drive home Cal Daniels from third, and Montreal very quickly with a 3-0 lead. Let's go to the third inning. Cincinnati gets a hit, but that is it. Still 3-0. After 3, the Expos with a couple more. We get singles by Sewell, Seguin. Juan Pierre's going to move over Sewell to third. A sack bunt moves Pierre to second. And then a double by Majeski scores Sewell and Pierre. 5-0. Could this be the season? 9-1. Whoa. 9-1 after the fourth inning. And we have 15 hits after 5 innings. 9-1 after 6. We go to the 8th. It is 11-2, and that'll be the ball game. Montreal Expos coming out of the gate. Maybe it was that opening lineup. Maybe they loved hearing their names over the broadcast system. And they said, I'm pumped. We're going to win this game. And they win it 13-5. Bob Chance, player of the game. Roy Halladay goes 6 2/3 innings. 3 hits for Sewell, 3 RBIs for Sewell, 3 hits for Cal Daniels and Bob Chance. Hank Majeski, we rocked it. 20 hits, 13 runs, 1 error. I'd say that's a success. And that is going to do it. Just going to be a shorter episode. We will continue on with the season. Things are looking good. We got Ken Griffey Jr. We got Scott Stratton playing a one-way game. And we destroy the Reds. One of our competitors this season. And as of now, we are in first place. We will see you guys next episode. Have a wonderful day. Leave a comment, share this out, like it if you haven't already. Don't forget to enter the contest at 5 standard packs. Laptop Pound signing out. See you next episode.